Oh, man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is. Tuesday. Brewsday Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah! Oh, we're gonna get our hops on, It's Brewsday Tuesday with DreZ and Huck.
This thing doesn't make a lot of noise.
No, it's interesting though that you opened your beer with your glass.
I did.
I see a dogfish
with
head.
your glass.
I see a dogfish cap coming off of there.
Yes, you did. It is Brewsday Tuesday, and once again, Huck from Huck's Beer Buzz is joining me inside of the studio so that we can drink some beers. And it's one of those rare days where I brought the beer and you did not.
Hen's teeth.
Hen's teeth.
This is like hen's teeth. Very rare. Very rare.
Yeah, rather rare. Well, you always travel a lot in your beer V. You go here, you go there, and you bring beer back. And
that's why they call it the beer V.
Yeah, and I do not have a beer V, but I do have a bear van.
A bear van, a beer V.
And I took the bear van to Dover. Dover. So you were worried about that. I did good.
Yeah, I didn't.
Took it to Dover for Firefly, and you were like, try and bring back some beer. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to, but I'll be damned if I didn't. And so you'll notice I do have some beers from up in that area. And, of course, what they're the brewery that's mostly known from up there, you see it everywhere, is, of course, Dogfish Head. So I poured me the Burton Batten. It's Dogfish Head's Oak-Aged Imperial IPA. Got a whopping 10% ABV. What do you have over there, good sir?
I have the Old Dominion Brewing Dominion Oak Barrel Stout at a whopping 5.5%.
See now, and here's the thing. He immediately off the air, Huck says, you handed me a Virginia beer. This is Dominion. It's not Dominion Brewing. It's Old Dominion Brewing.
And then DreZ said, well, now I wish I would recorded that so I could get you being an idiot on the air. And I'm like, which day am I not an idiot on the air?
It's true. we knew you were going to pull that off. But yeah, and you would think, Old Dominion, that's Virginia's nickname. So it's kind of interesting that they would pick that. But yes, Old Dominion is up it actually is in Dover. And I was looking at the Dogfish Head. This is actually not in Dover. It's technically Milton, Delaware.
It's really close to Rehoboth Beach.
Yeah, but if you know anything about Delaware, everything is a stone's throw from somewhere else because Delaware is very small.
Very small.
In fact, I hopped on Delaware's Craigslist, and you know how like you go to Craigslist and you click the state and then you pick the city?
Yeah.
There is none. It's just Delaware. Like you can't even pick a sub-city of Delaware.
That's interesting.
But,
how was the festival?
Well, the festival was nice. As far as craft beer goes, though, Dogfish Head had a monopoly. They actually had a place in the festival that they just called the brewery, which was kind of misleading. There actually weren't brewing beers there, but it was basically just Dogfish Head Central. And they had constantly about 10 different beers to choose from. And then they had a side section where at 4 o'clock every day they would tap a specialty beer. It was a little bit more expensive, but, rarer, of course. And over there, I would say, I probably had at least one a day from over there whenever I would make it to the brewery. I remember I had the, what was it? And I remember I screwed it up on the air, too, trying to remember. It was like fresh, it's like blood orange. So it was like flesh and blood orange.
Yeah.
IPA or something. Have you ever had that?
Yeah. Did they have the 120-minute IPA on tap?
I think that was one of the ones that was on the specialty jam, and I wish I had gotten some because I guess I didn't realize how rare that was.
Yeah, I don't think I've had it this year. Of course, I don't chase it. It's pretty thick.
Yeah.
But usually it pops up in River Mill or somewhere on tap.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find it in
it'll pop
the
up.
cellar or something or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had some good ones. The main one that I stuck with, and I was thinking about bringing it in here to pop it. I have one in the fridge if you haven't had it. The Midas from Dogfish Head.
That's a really good beer.
That is a good beer. That was the one that I just would constantly drink.
Supposedly a 4,000-year-old recipe.
It's
from King Midas.
It says ancient. Yeah, it says
they found
it's
a jar in the King Midas's tomb, and it apparently had beer in it, and they analyzed it, and that's how they made that beer.
Yeah.
Dogfish is known for making weird beers. They made a spit beer.
Oh.
Chicha.
Ew.
It's South American. They chew corn and spit it, and then it self-ferments, but only certain people have the enzymes in their mouth. So they tested all their employees, and all the employees that had the correct enzymes had to chew the corn.
That sounds gross.
Yeah, I didn't try it.
Yeah, I
I
wouldn't
didn't
drink
try
that.
that beer that Stone made out of sewage water either.
Yeah.
So you have the spit beer and the beer.
Yeah. Well, and the urine-based beer that people are trying to use now. Although,
Oh yeah, that's a new one. I saw that one. Yeah.
and in fact, maybe I need to bring up that article because I remember talking about it was all right. So there's a new beer. I might have to save it for the next segment because I'll have to find the article. But whatever. But yes, the Dogfish Head pretty much had a monopoly on the craft beer side of things at this festival. They just had that huge setup and everything.
There's a couple other breweries over there close, though. None of them showed up.
No, well, I think that
They're probably sponsored.
I don't think they have the money that Dogfish has to
Yeah.
pull all that off. But we will have a couple more Dover breweries on the next segment. But as for these two, obviously Dogfish has the big one, you're familiar with them because they're one of the bigger ones. I didn't even think about it until like this past week, where I was like, oh, is it supposed to be like instead of catfish, it's a dogfish?
No, actually, the name.
I don't understand. I don't really get
The
Dogfish
name
Head.
came from a street sign down the street from his house. He was walking with his dad, and it was like, the sign just said Dogfish Head Street, and he just took that as the name.
And that was all she wrote?
Yeah, and for a long time, Sam, I think he pronounced his last name Caglione, made all the tap handles himself.
Out of dogfish heads.
Yeah, they're all shaped like a dog, like a dogfish shark.
Yeah.
But he made all of them out of wood himself.
Wow.
Yeah, he no longer does
Yeah,
that.
so you
It's
can't
he
keep that up.
But
Can't
they're
keep that
still,
up.
they still, I think most of them have the same shape.
That's badass.
They're
I like that.
the early ones are highly sought after amongst collectors.
Of course. Well, let's go ahead and untap these. What are you thinking about the? Did you even say what you popped from Old Dominion?
Oak Barrel Stout fermented on vanilla beans. And actually, we're not here on the show big fans of stout, but we are big fans of oak barrels, and I like vanilla. This is pretty
It's not
nice.
bad. Actually, that's one of the ones I drank on Thursday when the guys from the Summer Beer Fest for Virginia Tech, because Old Dominion is getting distributed now around here,
Oh, cool.
thanks to Virginia Eagle. So you'll be able to actually get this one in the stores around here.
There you go. Well, it's pretty good. It's got 30 IBUs, 5.5%. I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah, well, for
a
a stout,
yeah.
that's a high praise from Huck over here. Well, this one it might be a little bit harder to find in this area. Burton Batten, it's the Dogfish Head Oak Aged Imperial IPA, and I don't think I need to tell you how awesome this beer is, Huck. I know you'll get to find out shortly enough, but I mean anything oak barrel. Basically, you're starting at a 5, and then you're only going down from there if there's something wrong with it.
Right.
And I tell you what, there's nothing wrong with this beer. That's an easy 5 right there, man. Dogfish Heads, Burt Bat. And I will say that the Midas was another. I was torn between, because this I didn't have. This is my first having that. The Midas I was drinking all weekend. So I was thinking about bringing that one in because it would be appropriate, but I wanted to try this one. So I bought this one to go. So there you go. Some high praise for some decent beers from the Dover area. We'll pop open a couple more after we play this little ditty. Round 2 of Brewsday Tuesday coming at you after this.